bad company. Once there lived a rich man, Mr. Richards, in a town. He had only one son, whose name was Daniel. Daniel was an intelligent boy and was brought up with good moral values. Unfortunately, he fell in bad company. He would loiter here and there and go partying with his friends. Then, he started neglecting his studies, and even his grades came down. The worst came when he began to bunk off the school. He even flunked an exam. Mr. Richards was now really upset. How can I bring my son back to his senses? He wondered. He had to find a way before it was too late. One day, he went to a shop to buy fruits. There he saw apples, some rotten and some fresh. Suddenly, a wonderful idea came to his mind. It was so appealing that it brought a broad smile on his face. He bought some apples and rushed back home. He waited eagerly for his son, Daniel, to return. As usual, Daniel returned quite late in the evening. He was surprised to find his dad waiting for him. He knew that he was very late. I must be ready with some excuse to escape a piece of scolding from my dad, he thought. To his utter amazement, he found his dad in a rather happy mood. And to add to his bewilderment, he had a basket of apples in front of him. He called Daniel to his side and said, "Son, here is an interesting game for you." Saying this, he placed an empty basket on the table. "Take out only the fresh apples from the basket and keep them in this empty basket," he said. Daniel followed his father's instructions. He picked them one by one and put them into the other basket. He was surprised to see that all the apples, except one, were fresh. Dad looked quite amused. He said, "Now put the rotten apple, too, in the basket." Daniel wondered what game his dad was up to. Dad had yet one more instruction for Daniel. "Keep the basket at some safe place," he said. When 1 week was over, Dad called Daniel. "My dear boy, can you bring here the basket of apples I gave you to keep a few days back?" he said. "Your pleasure, Dad," said Daniel, and ran to bring the basket. He looked at the apples with his eyes wide open. All the fresh apples had turned rotten. "What happened, son?" said the amused father. "I can't believe this, Dad. All the fresh apples have turned rotten," said Daniel. "This has happened because of the rotten apple, son. There is nothing surprising in it." "Dad, do you mean a single rotten apple has spoiled all the fresh apples?" said Daniel. "Exactly," said the exuberant father. Daniel was dumbfounded. Dad got encouragement to drive home his point. "My dear boy, here is a lesson for you too. You know, just like rotten apples, a bad company is bound to have its evil effect even on the most virtuous person on earth." The words of the father had a deep effect on Daniel. He was full of remorse. How could he be so lousy in his ways? He had to mend his ways before it was too late, he realized. He apologized to his father. "Dad, I am terribly sorry for my behavior. Please forgive me for making you so upset." I promise to give up bad company just this instant." Happiness of the doting father knew no bounds when he heard these words which he had yearned to hear for so long. His son was truly repentant of all the wrongs he had committed. He took his dearest son in his arms and happily forgave him. Moral: we should choose our friends wisely.